Kewan, just first of all, what brought you here? I know this was one of your options when you were getting recruited out of high school as well.
What brought me here was really just like the coach of the program and the coaches, like Coach Wise, the OC. I just love the offense and how, fast-paced it is and how it's like NFL, ready. So I like that aspect of it, yeah.
What's kind of your relationship like with Kevin Smith at this point?
We're really close, man. That's like my dog. So, me and him are really tight. He coached me. He's trying to get me to where I want to be. So I just take the coaching points and, we just have a good relationship.
When you entered the portal, is the first thing you look at the schools that you were kind of on the fence about before? Like, I guess, how does that process work?
No, I definitely, hitting the portal, it was just finding the best fit for me and where I could show my abilities. And I just felt like coming out of high school, this was one of my top choices. So I just felt like, why not? It's a good program. I love the offense, so, yeah.
Kewan, really good prospect in Shakai Mills night coming in. Do you have a relationship with him, and are you looking to be kind of a leader for him when he gets here?
No, I definitely. He came down for a couple of practices. We sat down, had some fun. We went out, got some food and everything. I feel like when he come in, it's going to be a great running back room. We're already building it right now, so I feel like him coming in, just putting that emphasis in, like just working, just being a leader to him and everything. I feel like he's going to be a great room next year.
When you, having gone through the recruiting process and being close with Ole Miss to start and then hitting the portal, having that familiarity with the coaches and other guys here, that kind of helped that decision a little bit, knowing you already knew everybody that was going to be here?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I didn't have to make no new relationships with anybody. I already knew, what I was coming into or what I wanted to go into, so I feel like it was just, smooth and easy.
We've asked a lot of people this question. How is Austin Simmons kind of in the backfield with you? You're right beside him. How is he commanding the backfield so far?
Oh, yeah, Austin Simmons, he's a great guy, man. He knows everything, so he's smart. Like, if you having trouble with a play or anything, you just ask him. He knows what everybody's doing on the field, the O-line to the receiver, so it's great having him back there.
First impression is probably not the right phrasing, but what's your, now that he's your coach, what are your thoughts of Lane Kiffin?
I love him, man. That's my head coach, so, First thoughts was just coming in. He's just a quiet guy, but seeing him open up when we having like one-on-one competitions, seeing him laugh and stuff like that is fun. It's great to come play for him. So.
And is there any importance when you're a new running back on a team trying to build relationships with the linemen right away? How does that relationship kind of build, especially?
I feel like it comes natural. That's the O-line. Like we're feeding them and they're feeding us. So I feel like just coming in, just working and just, getting to know the guys, bringing them along when they're tired, just helping them out like that, just builds a connection. So I feel like it just comes natural.
Last fall, the backfield had a ton of questions throughout the year. Just what are your kind of impressions of the room overall, and what's the confidence level in there?
I'm confident in all of us. I feel like we built a strong connection already, a bond in the running back room. So I feel like we all going to lead each other to, push each other to do better in this season. So I feel like we got a good room and a good season ahead of us.
Having those conversations a second time with Lane, it hit her in the portal. What is he like kind of transfer recruiting-wise? Is he a little different approach than how he was with you when you were deciding out of high school?
No, I feel like he's been the same, throughout the process. I feel like he's just, very business organized. So he's just going to look at everything, through the same lens, so everything was the same. Appreciate y'all.